Okay, we're standing by our medlar tree. So this was here in our backyard when we moved in. It's a beautifully shaped tree. They're not a very tall species. It tops out about 15 to 20 feet. This one is one of the larger ones that we've ever seen. And here we are November 17th, and there's still fruit. It's ready to pick. They're starting to fall a little bit. So this tree is in the rose family, in the Rosaceae family. So it kind of looks like a rose hip. And basically what you want to do after you pick it, you wouldn't eat it just like this. You need to do something called bletting, which basically means to let rot. So you put it in a paper bag or bring it into your house and just have them in a bowl, and they'll start to go kind of mushy after a few weeks. And at that point they're ready to eat. Either you can eat them like as is, fresh, or you can make jams and jellies or fruit cheese, like a medlar cheese with it. They're really yummy. They kind of taste like apple-ish with a little bit of citrus profile to them. So we really like them. Our daughter loves them. Kids seem to really like them. The other thing about this tree is how incredibly beautiful the fall display is. Right now you can see it goes rainbow color. It starts off green and then goes purple and yellow and red and all of these beautiful colors. So it's a really nice specimen tree, and you only actually need one. They're self-fertile, so really good for a small backyard. This year only half of it seemed to really fruit a lot. The other half took the year off. But that's okay, it's 2020. We're giving it a pass. Last year I had about 400 pounds of fruit off of this one tree, so it can have tons and tons of fruit on it. Great for later in the year.
Okay, so most medlars are going to be on a quince rootstock, and there's a few different varieties that are common there. This one we find, we think is on a hawthorn rootstock, which does make sense. They are compatible. We know that just because anytime you see things suckering from your rootstock, like here, and I've already cut this, in the last 2 weeks I've cut a whole bunch of suckers, but this is clearly hawthorn to me. So this was news to me that you can put medlar on hawthorn, no problem. But if we sort of step back and look at the tree as a whole, medlars are really known for not requiring a lot of pruning. They sort of self-shape very beautifully. Now, we moved in probably 20 years into this tree's life, so I can't speak for what kind of pruning has been done in the past. And it's clear to me there was some pruning done for sure, but they are known as very well self-organizing trees. But if you look at what we have the main trunk sort of going up. It's obviously on a lean. That might have been for light. In the early years of its life, there was a bunch of shrubbery over where a chicken coop was, so it may have leaned that way initially just to get some light. But if you kind of look up from there, we have this beautiful scaffold that is kind of open in the center, which is kind of a classic British style tree form, where you're open center and you have a main scaffold going out to the ends. And it's taken, on our part, very minimal pruning. All we've really done is a little bit of winter pruning with the saw, taking out some of the bigger branches that are starting to get congested. So we might do a little bit more this year, but for the most part they're a really well structured tree, and they seem to kind of have a nice form on their own, so they're very minimal maintenance.